Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative Podcast, the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions in the worlds of TV, film, pop culture, news, lifestyle, everything really, depending on the guest, we talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. You will soon recognize my guest from a show launching on Netflix called Bling Empire. We are speaking to Cherie Chan and Jessey Lee. Cherie, Jessey, welcome to Popternative.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
I mean, it must be really exciting right now. I mean, it's calm before the storm a little bit. What's this kind of week been prior to kind of the release? What's that been like for both of you?
It's been really hectic. We've never done this much press in our lives before, all jam-packed in 1 week, and we're actually really excited and really nervous at the same time. I know our lives are most likely going to change, right?
Yeah.
And we're excited for people to the viewers, for them to get a little bit of everything about us and our cast members.
Absolutely. It's a question for both of you. We'll start with Jessey. I mean, what was kind of your reaction when this kind of opportunity to be on a show on Netflix come to be? What was your initial kind of reaction, Jessey?
Wow. I have to say, at first, we're very skeptical, right? Obviously, we have seen reality shows, but I think after a couple of conversation we had with the producer, Jeff Jenkins, I think he really kind of made us feel comfortable and kind of gave us the insight, right, of what to expect from the reality show.
Absolutely. Cherie, is it kind of the same a little bit too? Kind of just the unknown, kind of not sure about everything?
Actually, when my friend told me about it, I was like, okay, well, that sounds too good to be true, because at that point, I've never seen Asian or Asian Americans on reality TV. I mean, for the chance for us to tell the world like what we go through, it's a really rare opportunity. And I told Jessey, and he's like, what? Like, he was like really shocked. And he's like, who did you meet? I said, Jeff Jenkins, the Kardashians. He's like, what? Like, he didn't really believe it until he actually. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not to go into too much detail, but a lot of reality TV shows, there's always kind of storylines between couples and characters and everything. What can we kind of expect with the Cherie Jessey kind of storyline for Bling Empire?
Right. Everything is purely from my heart and documentary, and we are who we are on the show. I mean, I think in terms of, if you want to call it a storyline, it's just our life. Yeah. And during that period of my life, I went through a lot. Yes. Someone really, really close to me just disappeared from my life. And it was really hard for me. And he was there with me like every day through it. And he has a really big heart. So he was like actually going through more of it than I was. And then the whole time I was pregnant, and he was also pregnant, and we were just like eating everything. Like, I was like part vegetarian, but then my baby was like, Mommy, I want like meat. And then at times I was eating meat. And then actually, no, I don't think I ate meat at that period.
No,
I gave up beef, for like a period of my pregnancy. It was really, really hard. And then he was like having it hard too, because he loves to eat.
We do love to eat. We do love to eat.
What were the go-to snacks then? Like, what were kind of the go-to cravings during kind of the pregnancy? I need to know this.
I had a lot of burgers.
Yeah.
And,
well, I can tell you my weakness was the boba ice cream.
Yes.
The funny thing is, I don't really eat sweets.
yeah.
But for some reason during that period, I was keep on eating this boba ice cream.
Luckily, my baby boy at the time, he was not high maintenance. He just wanted burgers, pizza. Although towards the end, he wanted caviar, and I was like, okay, that's kind of different, because he didn't like truffles, like nothing with any sort of scent. And then he was like, Mommy, I can feel it. Mommy, I like caviar. And then I don't know, suddenly I started eating so much caviar. Yeah.
No, absolutely. You kind of answered us a little bit before too about kind of the initial reactions about like, you know, being on Bling Empire, show on Netflix and everything. But I just kind of want to know because I find, you know, I've had other people from reality shows on my show interviewing them before, and there's always kind of like the yes or no question. What was the overall like knowledge of reality TV from the both of you before kind of going on Bling Empire? Like, did you know a little bit about it? Did you watch a little bit? Or was it just kind of like you didn't really know much? Like, was there a little bit of familiarity? Like, I'm just curious there.
Yeah, I mean,
He loves
yeah, I
reality
did.
TV.
I don't know the kind of behind the scene,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was kind of like a reality TV junkie.
Yeah. I mean, he
Absolutely.
watched more of it than I did. And then he was like, babe, you should watch this. I was like, okay. Yeah.
But I find it interesting, Cherie, because I find it's like there's no in between. Like when I ask that question, there's either like no, like I didn't know about reality TV before going on the show, or the complete opposite, like Jessey, like yeah, I love reality TV. I'm a reality TV junkie. I find there's no in between, which I find is interesting.
No, he was all about reality TV. Like he found it like as a sort of escape because he was really busy at work and then I became busy with, you know, my personal stuff. And then he just found reality TV to be like a little quick escape
Yeah, absolutely.
from our reality. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, that was a perfect segue because I was going to ask Jessey. I mean, two-part question. I mean, can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself? You mentioned work and everything, kind of your professional, your passions a little bit, and are we going to see a little bit of that in the show as well?
Yeah, I think I was able to kind of show the audience kind of a little bit about myself, our family life, and also kind of one of our business venture, which is actually a tequila company called Religion Tequila. So I was featured in a couple of the episodes. I mean, you know, it was more started from a hobby, and now it turned into like a full blown, and it's great. I mean, the tequila has been really well. Some of my passions, I love to work. I love entrepreneurship. I love to take on the new challenges, and I love startups.
Yep.
You know, I just found it very interesting and kind of keep me connected. I like to keep on continuing to connect myself and meet different people and learn different things. So
Absolutely. And Cherie, of course, you have a huge like passion for fashion. That kind of rhymed a little bit. That was a bit awkward, but you know, and we're gonna obviously see that in the show as well. But I need to know, Cherie, when did that passion and love for fashion start for you? When did that was it at a young age? Or when did that start for you?
It definitely started at a young age. My mom is shopping all the time. My whole family is actually, and I'm always tagging along with them. And I remember one trip we went to Paris, and my aunt, like, she, yeah, she was shopping a lot at Chanel, and so was my mom and my grandma. We were all there, and then I think I was in Chanel for 8 hours.
Wow.
And I was a little girl, so I was like, what am I doing here? Then I started looking, I was like, wait, that's like really pretty. And then I started really getting into the dresses and everything. This is really beautiful, the stuff that they make. And yeah, I definitely developed a passion for fashion at a young age.
Absolutely.
And I feel my daughter's falling right in my footsteps.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, yeah, like I'm about to say. I'm sure, like, because like for people that also, you know, see the trailer for, you know, Bling Empire, they don't lose, like, they don't waste time kind of showing that you're very involved with fashion. Which is awesome there. There's always going to be life-changing learning experiences, you know, whether it's, you know, Jessey, you working on with a startup company, Cherie with you with your fashion and all that. But specifically on Bling Empire, I want to know, Jessey, what were kind of some of the learning experiences and takeaways after you've done this show?
wow, I think during the filming, it's actually pretty easy. I think it's kind of like after the filming that it's really it's a lot harder, you know, because during the filming we kind of just show our lives, right? It was very natural.
It was very normal. We do that anyway on or off camera. Like we're hanging out with our friends, we attend events, we throw events, they throw events, and then the year goes by and yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. What were some learning experiences for you, Cherie?
From the reality TV show?
Yeah, just in general, kind of takeaways. I mean, any experience. I mean, this was an experience for you two, right? This was like an experience, whether it's on camera or off camera. This was an experience, and there's always going to be takeaways and learning experiences.
I learned that, even within the Asian American communities, we all are very different, and there's a big diversity within our communities. And I learned from my other friends more about their cultures and their lives. But then, although we have a lot of differences, we actually have a lot of similarities as well. And so I think that's what I learned from just hanging out with them even more, like during that period.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful for it.
Absolutely. Your show is going to be on Netflix. Netflix is a powerhouse, whether reality TV, scripted TV, films. Netflix is just pumping out content, right and center, and it's just not stopping. We'll start with Jessey. I mean, what was kind of has it hit you yet that you are going to be on a Netflix show?
Not yet. I mean, it's inching closer every day, though, I'll tell you. But yeah, but again, we're very excited and we're very honored to be part of this process.
Absolutely. Cherie, kind of same moments. I mean, it's a Netflix show. I mean, you're kind of looking at it, you're doing the press, the trailer's out, Netflix is everywhere.
I was like, during the whole period of that filming, like luckily it happened before COVID. And my cousin was here, and then she was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Besides, she knows I was really busy with my mom. And I was like, "Oh, I'm filming a show with Netflix." But I said it like really casually. So she was like, "Okay, clearly you don't know what Netflix and how big it is," because at that time I could only just focus on taking care of my mom, and I was pregnant, so I had no time for anything. But of course, I know reality TV. I've seen it before when I did have time. So she's like, "What? How do you not like make it like a bigger deal than it is?" But it's a very big deal. Yeah. And actually last night I was telling Jessey I was having like anxiety because I was like, oh my gosh, the show is really coming out. And yeah.
Did it kind of surprise both of you a little bit about in terms like how many kind of moving parts there are with kind of making a reality TV show? I mean, there's the filming of it, which Jessey, you kind of said, was easier than you thought, which I find very interesting. I was not expecting you to say that.
He just had to show up, right? Like literally, he just had to show up, and then if he was can I just take whatever's on the mannequin? Like he just shows up. With me, I had to plan a lot. Like I had to really plan around the children's schedule, around the party planning. That took a very long time. Like I don't think I slept every time I threw a party, and but it was worth it. Yeah,
it was fun. Great experience.
But it's just like there's so because you shoot the show's done, right? It's in the can and everything. They produce it and everything, and then now it's kind of launching, and there's so many kind of moving parts in terms of press and kind of hyping it up and everything. It's kind of nonstop, right? Like you think you kind of have a break a little bit because you're done shooting it, but it's like it's nonstop, right?
Absolutely. I definitely know about this part.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, Cherie, Jessey, thank you so much for coming on Popternative to talk about Bling Empire. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having us. Thank you.
And it's going to be dropping tomorrow, Friday. Like it's close.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, and where could plug away? Like where could people kind of follow you guys on social media? Is there anything else they can kind of look out for? Jess, you mentioned a few ventures like tequila. Just kind of plug away a little bit for our viewers.
Sure.
Yeah, you can just follow me on Cherie Official on Instagram, and I'm always on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my Instagram handle is Jessey Official. I mean, I'm not very big on social media, but I'm kind of still kind of getting the hang of it. But as far as the business, I mean, definitely, if you guys see the Religion Tequila out there in your shelves or restaurant, please love your support.
Amazing. Well, thank you both so much for your time, and good luck and congratulations with the show. I'm really excited for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative. For previous episodes, be sure to catch Cherie and Jessey in Bling Empire, which is going to be available on Netflix. Until next time, this is Cherie Chan, Jessey Lee, and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.